All right, guys. So we are here today. Let me know how everything's good. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. We're trying. Nvidia is still pretty close to that 160 level. If we look at it, pretty flat day yesterday, but pretty strong pre-market this morning. Looks pretty good. If you take a look at the nasdaq, let me know how the sound is. Sound should be pretty solid. All right, so the president has reportedly sent 14 trade partners, including Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, and several BRICS nations, warnings of sharply higher tariffs by August 1st, marking a return of Liberation Day trade tensions. BRICS pushback and possible 10% tariff on anti-American countries. The BRICS bloc responded by criticizing U.S. policy as aggressive. The president may impose additional 10% tariffs on those deemed anti-American, further straining global trade dynamics. With the deadline moved from July 9th to August 1st, though futures advanced modestly and the VIX eased, but uncertainty remains. So you can see a lot of stuff's actually up this morning. Tesla's still under 300 as we have more political Elon Musk. Nvidia at 159. Let me get the NASDAQ chart up here. So here's the NQ. It honestly is mostly where it was yesterday. So it really hasn't moved that much. It's still, just under 23,000, which is kind of where it was yesterday. Are we good? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would describe the market right now as chaotic. Inflation is down when rate cuts. Well, inflation has slowed down is what you guys are looking for. Inflation has slowed, which is what we're trying to say here. It's slowed down, which is what you guys kind of want, right? Like you kind of want inflation to slow. It's usually never going to actually literally go down. It might slow down, but it's not going to literally go down. So. Alright, we're at 22,950. That 950 level still holding pretty strong here. How's the volume in my voice? Is my voice good? Or do I need to turn up my voice a little bit more? I could always turn it up more. I think yesterday I was holding it like this. But let me know how the volume is on my voice. Yeah, so I just listened to it. It's not too bad. It could be a little louder, but I think it's okay. We're still holding that 950 level though. Still trying up here. We can see the Nvidia chart, and again, just kind of breaking down everything that's going on. S&P and NASDAQ futures, mostly a flat day. They didn't really move, and looking at it, I kind of stepped away from the market a little early yesterday. It looks understandable now because the market, like if you look at Nvidia, Tesla, the NASDAQ, they were pretty choppy. I mean, they had a slight downward trend yesterday, but they were pretty choppy. They didn't really do too much. So we had some Asian equities that are dipping on rising trade uncertainty. Bond yields edged up, and safe havens like gold went up as well. Gold at fresh highs, surging above 3,300 an ounce in 2025. So OPEC oil supply boost of Saudi-led increase of 548K barrel per day for August. is pressuring oil prices. Softer US dollar. Tesla volatility persisting after he announced the America Party and EV tax credit changes, though futures ticked modestly higher today. Tech and commodity stocks are, you want to watch those. Solar stocks under pressure. Amazon, Nvidia, Datadog, Uber, Exxon, and pre-market. You can see Nvidia. Nvidia is really not far away from its all-time highs at 161 roughly. It's at 159.60, so it's only a couple dollars away from all-time highs. Congress is pushing a bipartisan bill requiring legislative approval for new tariffs lasting more than 60 days. It could bring a check on future tariff action. Again, tariffs extended to August 1st, but potential for escalation still looms. Tesla's swingy after Elon. Yeah, Tesla's up slightly from yesterday. It's still under 300, and that 300 level is really the level I'm watching. So we'll see what happens. We're going to do a poll. Does the market begin to pull back from all-time highs, or continue to break them? Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, so we got two options. More all-time highs or pullbacks are coming. Which one do you think? Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. Alright, look at the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ all the way at 947s here. 947, still dipping down, still looking weak. We're at 297.30s. It's August 1st, I believe. The new tariff deadline, I believe it's August 1st. The same piece costed €2 2 years ago. Same piece of what cost €2? It's gonna be September 1st, yeah, maybe. Yeah, today, I mean, we have some, like, NFAB optimism stuff that already came out, I'm pretty sure. Like, if I take a look at what's coming out today, I don't think we have anything major coming out today either. I'm looking at it now. Maybe go get some coffee. But, yeah, it's kind of slow. This is the slow week Every like month and a half, you get one slow week where we don't have a ton of data. But we got the FOMC minutes report this week, so we got something. And then next week we got CPI inflation, and then the week after that we got more stuff. So yeah, we got the Fed minutes tomorrow. 10-year note auction tomorrow at 1. Still nothing really tomorrow either, though. Jobless claims Thursday, Friday nothing. Next week we got CPI inflation, consumer sentiment, and more. What about the week after that, though, is what I'm trying to check multiple weeks in advance. I'm pretty sure we'll have like PCE data the week after next. And it's going to be earnings season too. I forgot about that. All right, so we might not have anything that week. Might be a couple slow weeks is what I'm seeing. Or maybe they just haven't scheduled, I think is what it looks like. Okay. All right, so we're pulling back. Here's the 200 exponential. It's at about 940 right now, 22,940. I'm going to go grab some coffee real quick. I'll be right back. But yeah, we got about 400 people here already. I'm still asking what went up 110% in 2 years. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think it's plausible. But you know, you got to understand, most people are unhappy for the price spikes in the last 5 years. Most of the price spikes that I've seen happened about 3 years ago in 2022. In 2022, that's where the problem started because of the inflation from supply chain as well as like quantitative easing by the Fed. Yeah. Just lots of economic stimulus checks, quantitative easing, and supply chain problems caused most of the inflation that we're seeing still. And inflation doesn't really go back down. And so it's not a reasonable expectation. Like I see some people saying, oh, prices are still high. I've said this a couple times. You're probably stuck with those high prices. I doubt they're going to go back down. We could slow them down, and that's what the Fed's trying to do is slow inflation. But making them actually literally go down is a different thing, and it's a much more difficult thing to do. And you usually need a deep economic, pullback to make prices literally go down. So it's not really something. It's not really the goal. Like you don't really want prices. I mean, you want prices to go down, but you're not really going to get it. Instead, you want to slow price rising down. Yeah, unless you get a major economic recession, depression, something. So, that's how it is. All right, so the EU's Economy Commissioner Dombrovskis says tariff uncertainty is weighing on the economy and investment. Brazil's President Chief of Staff Costa says real is strengthening and food inflation going down. Hope for interest rate cuts soon. Nothing else really going on today. Kind of a slow middle of the summer. We're kind of dipping down to that 200 exponential, though. I wouldn't mind buying this dip. I think I'm going to buy this dip. All right, we're going to take 2. We're just going to leave it here for a second. I need some coffee, though, before I really start trading, but we'll play with a small little trade here. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to get out. I got to go get some coffee before I start really taking trades. Less than $10. They're very small. I'm going to go get some coffee first. Maybe we'll jump back in it. I don't know. We did get a bounce at that 937, dude. I got to start respecting my levels, though. Look at this level here. I didn't really see it I was trying to buy this, but look at this level hold. I gotta start buying and respecting my levels too, because they work incredibly well. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some coffee. What's up, Sam? Yeah, I definitely need coffee to trade. It helps to keep in mind that prices going up is really the result of fiat currency losing buying power. Fiat degrades over time by design. It's built in. The average lifespan of any fiat is 27 years. Yeah, I mean, maybe. AI and robotics will eventually reduce prices, but employment will be depleted at the same rate. Yeah, but there'll be new jobs too. I don't know. Yeah, look at that. I mean, the levels hold. I'll be right back. I'll be back. I gotta get some coffee. Okay, alright, I'm back. Let me push this computer back a little bit so I can safely drink my coffee. Oh, dude. You know, I was like, I'm gonna look at the level. Look at that 937 level that we had on our charts. I think it held so nicely just now. Honestly, though, it's early. I gotta drink some coffee to wake up, but it builds confidence. Like, if we bounce exactly at my level, it just means that I'm looking at the right things. So yeah, we got the 8 a.m. scrum coming out in about 2 minutes. Minute and a half, really. And we ended green yesterday too, slightly. Did Top Step get their dashboard back up yet? I know they were updating it. Alright, so we did test that 937 level. I think we have to watch NVIDIA today. I think that's one of the big things we should do. NVIDIA's consolidating though. All right, so now we're back underneath it. I think we obviously got to look at this level here. 930. I know I gotta activate one of my funded accounts too. I got a couple that are basically ready. Alright, look at this dip. Let's watch 930s. Turn around Tuesday, maybe. Yeah, the new one's back up too. I'm using it now. And I would short this. Look at this drop. Wow. Getting some red. Look at Nvidia fall too. So Nvidia coming down to 159.30s here. Y'all be safe. Market's falling down. Big red coming in. Let's watch 925s. All right, red's coming through. It's at 923s. So we broke under 925s now too. We didn't really stop here. Brazilian retail sales year over year came in at 2.1% versus 2.4% expected. Chilean inflation came in at minus 0.4% versus minus 0.12% expected. Goldman Sachs and Bank of America lift the S&P 500 target. Sell side raise S&P targets. So that's going on. Put my other monitor up here. I got a pretty cool travel setup going on. A lot of cords and stuff, but pretty nice. It's weird. I can't. Oh wait. Here's my email. If you see it. But honestly, the secondary monitor is all wacky. Y'all okay? I can't really see anything here. It's just a bunch of emails. Like, you see how many sponsored emails people send me though? You know. Like, hey, join Pionex. Hey, join whatever it is, collaboration proposal for Forex thing. Try Minecraft as a business. Fix your affiliate links, they say. I don't even have any affiliate links anymore. Anyways, we're bouncing up to 930s. Yeah, but that's old. Heck, I'm not actually with them anymore. That's just old. They still send me emails from it. Sent you a few things in Discord. News has been kind of light this morning. I was trying to pull up TOS on the other end so I could watch it. You know, but yeah. So U.S. investment banks Citi and J.P. Morgan published reports on investor flows and exposure, both of which signal the conditions are building for near-term profit-taking. Both notes illustrate that momentum for U.S. equities remains intact, with Citi highlighting that the conversation around U.S. exceptionalism is resurfacing. While the payrolls data last week reinforced positive sentiment, traders appear convinced that trade war de-escalation and the eventual outcome continue to open fresh long positions. So Nvidia also got a bullish endorsement from Citi, but they say the one risk is geopolitical restrictions. So he says the risk is geopolitical restrictions. I might try Top Step VIP. Yeah, 100% Ed. Like, I get so many messages like that are like, join our program, you know. And I'm never gonna do it, is the problem, you know. What's up, BT? Alright, so like they're never gonna do it. I guess I could put OBS up on this and manage OBS on this end. For some reason, Toss doesn't like my external monitor. I don't know, I've got like 3 funded accounts and maybe like 3 or 4 eval accounts. I'll have to go back and check though. A lot of them, most of the eval accounts are actually in profit right now too. So like, most of the eval accounts are in profit right now. Yeah, I've got one that's about 1,500 in profit eval, another that's about 900 at profit, and then another one. Yeah, and that's it. I only have 2 eval accounts actually right now. I've got 2 funded accounts, and then 1 on the way, and then 2 eval accounts. I mean, everybody's different, brother. He says they're a good number to start. I have 2 evals right now. Everybody's different, bro. They really are. Like, people, you know, what people are going to do is all different. Alright, so we're right at that 200 EMA, right at 937s. I'm trying to see where... Sorry, my coffee was warm. I'm waiting for it to cool down. Alright, so Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson's supplemental new drug application is submitted to the US FDA for Caplita with data demonstrating significant schizophrenia relapse prevention compared to the placebo. So that's going on right now. Alright, so now we're down under that 937 level. I kind of want to short this. What do you guys think? I'm also trying to open up. There we go. I know I got one. Let me activate my Combine account. That's not it. Wait, where's the open one that I have? I'm supposed to have an active funded account. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Activate it. There it is. Okay, I found it. Yeah. My worst day's P&L on this one was $148. I traded 5 days. So I can show you guys this account that I'm about to activate here on Top Steps, funded account program. This is pretty easy to pass, but you know, like look. Profit target, I hit it in 5 days. Worst day was 150 bucks. Best day was 1500 basically. Slow move up. No losing days really. Mostly traded micros. But yeah, not bad. This is the new dashboard too. So I have to go get my wallet. All right, look at this dip. If we get a bounce, I'm definitely gonna short it if we get a bounce. I need a bounce though first. Yeah. There we go. We got the bounce. Let's try to short it. It was a decent enough bounce to short, I think, here. Let's see what happens. Will tariff news be good tomorrow? I really don't know. So we're down a little bit here, but I want to see if this 937 level rejects. Oh, that's a fake out candle if I've ever seen one. We were able to end green yesterday, but I'm not going to keep pushing too much. Like, I will cover. I was hoping we come back down a little bit here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Looks like I'm going to be down about 50 on the day. Raytheon Barracuda vehicles on track to achieve initial operation capability and low rate initial production by 2030. The UK has also ruled out reopening the 2025 pay deal for resident doctors despite the threat of strikes. Yeah, big spike coming in here. I wanted to short this, but now we're kind of just sideways, a little fake outish. I don't know if I want to mess with that too much. We got Nvidia over here. No, we don't have CPI today. Yeah, the tariff deadline is actually now August 1st. Yeah, let's be respectful, D, please. Yeah. I can't give too many warnings out for that. Here's why Enphase and other solar stocks are tanking. Solar companies downgraded and leads the S&P. Enphase was dropping earlier. So if you look at Enphase here, something's spiking up the markets right now. All right, here's ENPH. It's down. This is Enphase. Solar power inverter company. Downgrade from analysts on the heels of the president's move to scrap clean energy tax credits. The president ordered the ending of clean energy tax credits within 45 days after the BBB goes into effect. It's expected that this will take place before the end of the year. So we're back up to 950s here, but I'm a little worried. I gotta wait for some follow through, I think. Nissan has reportedly downscaled its plans for a new Leaf EV due to the rare earth curbs imposed by China, according to Kyoto. As well, we got that news coming out. Looking at our poll numbers, I asked people, does the market begin to pull back from all-time highs or continue to break them? More all-time highs, 54%. Pullbacks are coming, 46%. We tapped that 950 level. You know what? I'm going to try to attack this level that I have. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's better. Nice. Take half off there. Set on the rest. Yeah, I just wanted to attack my level and try the scalping strategy that I have. I'm pretty close. Like, I'm not down that much on the day. But I wanted to see what happened if I just attacked the clean level. So basically, in theory, I could probably take some bigger size at these levels. Like, if I took 5 to 6 micros at these levels, I think that makes like justifiable sense. I'm not going to attack the retest here because the retest is usually where it goes up, but sometimes not. But look at this 950 level that we had on our chart. It respected it really well. So I think attacking those levels makes sense. We don't really have any economic releases today, no. It's slow. This week's slow, to be honest. Next week we got CPI though. Forgive you if you can hear me slurp my coffee. It's finally cooled down, so I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, again, I cover all these breaking news releases. Generally, we get one slow week every 3 or 4 busy weeks. We get one slow week, and so the trend basically, if you wanted to understand economic data, is quarterly we get some big releases. Like quarterly we get Tesla deliveries like last week. We get some other stuff too. We get earnings quarterly, which is what next week starts. Like next week is earnings season. Then monthly we get one non-farm payroll report, one PCE inflation report, one GDP report monthly. We get jobless claims every Thursday. We get one JOLTS job report per month. We get one ISM services and ISM manufacturing per month. And then you get a Fed meeting every 3 weeks. You either get a Fed meeting or a Fed minutes report every 3 weeks. And then you get some other stuff too, but it's cyclical. And so with that, you get a slow week every now and then, which is what we're at now. Yeah, so Dombrovskis, which is the EU's economy commissioner, said the tariff delay to August 1st gives the European Union more time. He says tariff uncertainty is weighing on economic and investments. He recognizes economic realities in an Orb report. That was actually the UK's government recognizes economic realities. Also, we had the White House's Moran saying that we could see more trade deals by the end of this week. Bro, what? Trade deals? Like, I'm sorry, but like, listen, and I'm not against anybody. Like, I'm really not. I'm very neutral on all this stuff. But it just feels like they keep saying trade deals are coming. And we did get a China one, to their credit. But it feels like they keep saying trade deals are coming, but we don't really get them. You know, they're like, oh, this week, maybe next. And then this week, maybe next rolls around, and they're like, oh, well, you know, they're coming. And it's like, okay. And I'm not saying they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. But the skeptic in me is naturally like, all right, are we going to actually get these trade deals or not? Yeah, they could still be in negotiations. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at them. I get it. Like I said, man, maybe they did get one with China, which is probably the biggest person you needed to get a deal, or the biggest country you need to get a deal done with. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not being critical of them. I'm just, from somebody who's covering the news regularly, they keep saying they're coming. And if they take years, that's fine. But they shouldn't tell us that we're going to get them next week and then nothing happens the next week, you know. Retests work when trending down. All-time frames match momentum and VIX. Amazing results for me. That's what I look for. I love to sell the market. I'll jump in bullish sometimes for quick scalps. Yeah, I feel you. See, now we're holding over 950s here. Yeah, my home's fine in Texas. All right, so we're pulling back to 950 here. I almost want to buy this dip too. Yeah, so the US NFIB Optimism Index actually came in at 98.6. They expected 98.6, so it came in as expected. Now we're back under 950s here. We're so sideways, it's hard to tell what we're going to do here. Part of me wants to short this again. We'll try. If we pop up some more, I'd like a little bit larger size here, to be honest. But I guess I'll just keep one. The stream's back in 1080p, right? I changed it back to 1080p, so we should be good in that context here. Man, I wanted larger size. It's alright. There we go. Now it's time to get it. 3, 4. Okay, there's 4. There we go. There we go. I want to see if it comes down to that 200 EMA. Look at EMPH still fall too. I think we got to look at Tesla as well. Tesla under 3s. Yeah, I don't know if I like this candle, but I'll give it a second, but not really loving it. Tesla looks like it's creeping up a little bit too. Look, 297.50s. I think if it can get back over 3, that's good. Look how slow the market is, though. It's not really moving at all. All right, that's better. I guess I'm just gonna get out here and capitalize on it, but very small trade. EU needs to open up more. Yeah, I'm still in Michigan. Yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna put it in sub only mode as well. I'm realizing I didn't do that before. Oh no, we're in sub only mode. Okay, cool. I think we are. It says we are. Yeah, alright, cool. It stayed with it this time. We're in sub only mode. Even with those earnings, won't look good either way. Yeah, I mean, we do have earnings coming up for sure. It's mostly next week though. So like next week is this week's pretty slow. We got some stuff though. We got like Delta Airlines on Thursday this week. Friday, nothing. But next week we do have some stuff. Next week we have Tuesday on we have JP Morgan, Citigroup, State Street, Wells Fargo, bank earnings. Usually bank earnings it's weird. So like usually they schedule all bank earnings to come in on a Friday morning. So Friday morning we get like a big release of like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, all that stuff. For whatever reason, that is going to be next Tuesday instead, July 15th, Tuesday, July 15th. And that includes JP Morgan, Citigroup, maybe because of the 4th of July holiday closing markets on Friday. Maybe that's why, but yeah, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, State Street, Bank of New York, BlackRock, Albertsons, Ericsson, all dropping next Tuesday, July 15th. And that's a big one that might move things. JB Hunt that evening. But we don't really get any big evening earnings until the week after. We got like Bank of America Wednesday morning. Next week, Goldman Sachs Wednesday morning. But again, we don't really get anything major in terms of evening earnings. We get United Airlines, Kinder Morgan, and some stuff on Wednesday. We got Taiwan Semiconductors coming out on Thursday morning, July 17th. Pepsi, some other ones, Netflix. But again, most of the big ones are not going to be coming out until not next week, but the week after next. Next week, CPI inflation week as well. So yeah, I think the big one's going to come out. The first big one in the evening in the Mag 7 is going to be Meta, I believe, and it's going to be, or no, it's going to be Tesla on Wednesday, July 23rd. All right, so we are down a little bit here. We're at 947s. Michigan's beautiful, bro. I really do love Michigan. I get to ride horses out here. I get to do a bunch of stuff. It's fun. Very subtle but shaky this week. Reddit stacking up well. It's pretty quiet today, though. I mean, we don't have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, my thing on a horse is I want to go fast. Like, I've ridden horses before. And the horses we have here, they're very beginner horses. And so when I try to, like, kick my heels in and, like, kind of, like, tap them, and I'm like, all right, let's go, you know. They try, but they're still a little slow. I want to go fast on a horse. All right, so we're still dipping down. We were in this really tight range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Now we're finally looking a little bit like we got something going on in the NASDAQ, but still very quiet. NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA here. It's at 159s. 159.50s, but NVIDIA hasn't really moved. Tesla's slightly creeping up, though. Hey, what's up? What's up, chat? What's up, Faye? What's up, Tiny? Yeah, honestly, Michigan's really nice. All right, Daimler Truck says 20% reduction in German headcount is expected to lead to savings of about 100 million euros by 2030. Got some other news coming out, but it really is a slow week this week. We got the Fed minutes report tomorrow. That's big. We're going to cover that. Alright, so we're still pulling back here. I do kind of want to buy this 200 EMA. I think if I do, I got to take some size and scalp it. And so we'll try to do that. Alright, we got 3. Yikes. We're down $10 though, so I will begin to cover this because it's not looking good for me. A lot of fake outs today. I would just be careful. We'll see if 937 bounces, but look at that red candle. If we bounce at 937 again, I'll laugh. Yeah, so the S&P was a little red yesterday, right? Slightly red. At this point, chat, the market's very sideways. Unless we have some recent news causing this drop at 8:30. We didn't really get any 8:30 releases today, though. Nothing came out at 8:30. Nothing really that I can see. Pretty boring morning. So we didn't really get any 8:30 release that would move things. Still dropping though. Look at this drop. It's almost something. It looks like something could have happened here. There's 930s. See, but something's going on red here. Where's Apple at this morning? I know Apple had interesting news here. Apple at 210s. So Apple was down pretty big yesterday. Global Foundries GFS is going to acquire MIPS to accelerate AI and compute capabilities and expected it to complete in the second half of this year in 2025. But look at this red turn in the NASDAQ and the S&P here, chat. It looks like it could be microchips. AMD's down here too. Or AMD's up here, I mean, this morning. With Nvidia, but a pretty big red turn to markets here. I don't see any reason for it yet, but something. SOFR rate came in 4.33%. We're at 925s now. Alright, so the United Nations Trade Agency director said tariffs will have an impact on the U.S. economy in the long run. Alright, so we did bounce at 925s now. So we bounced right here at 925s. I don't know what to do with this. It's too sideways for me to really do anything here. Buy the dips, sell the rips. Are we back in range trading? It sure looks like that, but I would buy the bottom of this range here, but a lot of the time I buy the bottom of this range, it's gonna rip right back up and I'm gonna get stuck. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I think I'm just gonna wait here. Alright, so crypto blue chip ETF BT Trust assets will include Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, RIP, Chronos, according to an SEC filing. Still falling down though. Look at this. Here's 925s. I think it depends on where microchips go right now. I'm gonna put the SPY up at the bottom right here. The SPY at 621s. Very sideways here, so like I think there is an argument. Like, look, I could try to buy this dip with one. I'm gonna buy it with one. Just one. And we'll see if we tick back up to the top of the range. I'm going to try to be loose with this. And it might just be a mistake, but I want to give it time. They didn't have any action yesterday, Sam J. If you look at the action yesterday was pretty muted. Market was very flat yesterday. Went sideways almost the entire day, at least in the nasdaq and the S&P. So you didn't really get action yesterday. I was green, but I closed down early because I didn't really like the price action. And so yesterday was flat. I think since we're kind of economic data free today, tomorrow we have some stuff. Tomorrow we got the Fed minutes report. We're gonna stream that live like we always do. But yeah, we just kind of bought the bottom of this range. I just want to see if we push up. We can hold it loose. Hopefully 930 doesn't reject it. But yeah, not too shabby here. I could add to this and then hold it break even now, I guess, if I really wanted to. You know, we'll try that. We're gonna hold this break even now with 2 contracts. See if we get a follow through. If not, it'll be flat. Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna give it time though. I definitely don't like this retracement. I'm gonna cut this. Yeah, we got out mostly flat, but definitely it hadn't been doing this good today. I'm gonna switch to one of my challenge accounts just because I don't want to give too much back here. I should be pretty close to green or getting funded in some of these too. But until we get to the opening bell, I'm just gonna attack some different trades now. I'm gonna short. I think we're honestly too close to these lows. Maybe. Let's see. If we get a little pop here. We got a double bottom right here. That was the only thing that makes me worried about shorting here. Let me go to my actual trading main on this one. I should have shorted. I actually shorted my funded account. I thought it was my challenge account, but I made some on my funded account just now. Let's see if we get anything else. Yeah, you might have been right. Thanks to Frank. Yep. I'm like, oh, I hate it when people say I told you so, but Frank was actually right. We did drop. Good job. You got to give people credit if they're right, I think, sometimes. I'm just kind of scalping, though, so my plan's a little bit different, especially off of a 15-minute chart. But, all right, so we're in a different account. We're going to trade this one differently. If we get a bounce up to 925s, we'll short. 930 risk. And we'll try to give it some time. Again, we could be a little bit more loose with this one because we're already up a lot in this already. How much are we up? And this one we're up about 1,000. So we can take up to 10 on the bounces. And then try to capitalize on the retracements back down. That's what we're looking at. There we go. Slightly green. There we go. We can start to liquidate. All right, so at this point, we're not going to be red at all, and we can hold the rest break even. There we go. One contract left here. Nice. Go ahead and cut that there too. I'm selling puts on the SPY today. Risk and reward looks favorable. Selling puts, which means you're long, correct? I don't know. Too much risk for me in that game of selling options. Just not my style. Yeah, well, binary options usually scammy in the first place, Sam. The reason binary options don't work very well is just because, okay, the risk reward is almost always bad in binary options. And so it's really like they advertise it as like, hey, we're going to make it simple, you know. But if you look at the actual R&R ratios of binary options, most of the time they're scammy. So like most of the time you risk $100 to win 80, or you risk $200 to win 150, you know. And so you're at a distinct disadvantage. You know, you might as well buy regular options, in my opinion, versus binary options, because they're like, oh, we make it simple. It's like, yeah, you make it simple and less favorable, you know. And so that's my issue with binary options. I never trade them. I never use them. Most of the people promoting them are And the fees, yeah. Yeah. All right, we're bouncing back up here. We'll keep trying to attack this 925 level if we get a large enough bounce. We also have to pay attention, I think, to Nvidia, Tesla, Apple. Those are the ones that I'm watching specifically here. Let's see what we get. But yeah, the big breaking news today, chat, and the news that we've got. I've been starting my stream later. It's just what it is. I've been starting it later. I'm on a vacation, or as people overseas say, on holiday right now. And so I'm not really home. My family wants me to hang out with them at night. And so that's what I've been doing. I should have held that 925 rejection till I wanted it, but just didn't quite get it. Yeah, I'm trying to find breaking news. So I see, yeah. Here's, at this point in time, we're too close. I need 930. If we pull back to 930, I'll short that. But I also see Nvidia, it's right at the volume weighted average price. It's too strong looking right now. I need 930s here, and I'll maybe short it. Okay, we're gonna start. This is a little bit different of an account, but same concept. So we can add a little bit more friendly to this one and not have less risk. So it'll give us a higher, there we go, higher chance of profiting here. We've already locked in most of this. Good. Maybe add a little bit more. We got 3 contracts left. I just want to see it break under 925s here We can try to hold this break even on the rest. I could also add back to 930s if I want to take more risk. Which I guess I'm going to try to do. Push up. So add. We're in 6 now. But I think I might have added a little bit too much, but that's okay. Let's see if 930 rejects. There we go. I'm gonna take a lot of this off quickly. I think I added a little bit too much there. I don't want to take too much risk here. Nice little trade. All right, we're out. All right, so we do have some news. Medtronic, MDT, is appointing Chad Spooner as the Mini-Med CFO. Wendy's appoints Ken Cook as interim CEO, and then we have Hershey's appointing Kirk Tanner as CEO, replacing Michelle Buck. To some CEO swaps and movements there. Yeah, I'm trading NASDAQ futures. Also, if you want to check out Top Step, it's a beautiful way to help support the channel. There's no PDT in futures, so if you're looking for a way to trade where you don't need a big startup cost, Top Step base challenge, $50 a month. Some of the most legit payouts in the game. Very quick process payouts. It costs $50 a month. If you can make 3K in profit on a demo without losing 2K, first, following their rules and conditions, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. And they pay out millions, fund thousands, zero commission on Top Step X. You can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, currencies, very similar to day trading stocks. No PDT rule. Patterns are very similar, and you can get started for $50. And if you pass the test, you get a 50K funded account. You get to keep 90% of your profit once you're funded, and then prior to that split kicking in, you get to keep your first 10K. So it's similar to funding your own account, just less risk at $50 a month. There's also a $100 one, a $150 one instead. But just genuinely good way to learn. And again, I'll post this link. Good way to help support the channel. No PDT rule, but they're an affiliate or sponsor of mine, so they pay me money, and I'm biased because of it. Understand CFTC 4.41 and all that good stuff. Can't guarantee anything. Not an investment professional. But there's the link right there if you want to check it out. I'll pin it to the top of the chat as well. But yeah, I'm trading micro futures. Looking at NVIDIA here on the right. I think we have to watch NVIDIA. I'm looking for breaking news, but nothing's really coming out, to be honest. Nothing big. All right, so we're rejecting at 930 again. NVIDIA coming back down too. NVIDIA looks very flat, but NVIDIA is also gapping up a pretty significant amount here. Like if you look at NVIDIA on pre-market, it's up a lot. You know, this thing closed at like 180, 158.20s. It's all the way up at 159.50s. And it's close enough to all-time highs to where, regardless of what happens right now, we could certainly get a push to all-time highs if we see some strong like upside momentum showing up. But so far, it's been mostly downside momentum over the last 20-30 minutes. Mostly downside momentum, not really getting a lot on the upside, in all honesty. So it's just a little bit slower, and that's okay. Yeah, look at this NASDAQ dip down. So we're at 930s right now. We got to watch NVIDIA here too. But NVIDIA's been slowly creeping down. Not really anything big, but slow. Alright. We're still trying here. Around 30 German firms led by Deutsche Bank and Siemens are reportedly considering a joint initiative to increase investor confidence within Germany, according to Reuters, citing sources. Yeah, it's been slow. I really do kind of want to short this if I can get a chance to. I can add to it here. See if we get like a big dip or pull back here. There's 11, 14. I want 15, but there we go. Take a large chunk of this off. Cool. See if we head back down. Nice. Take another piece of that off. Get out there. Alright, cool. So far, so good. We got out. We attacked the pullback. We got out before it really come down. Let's watch 930s here. I think 930 could reject it too. Let's take 5. I'm gonna take 5 here. We got a cushion. Maybe we'll add up to 10 here. Looking for 930 to reject again. There's 8. There's 10. So we just get a red candle here. Nice. Take half off there. Hold the rest. Try to hold it break even. We cut some of this flat. 3. Ford believes Michigan EV battery plant will qualify for production tax credits after tax and budget bill has been signed. There we go. So we did get the rejection where we wanted it. Nice. Alright, we're out of that. Right before we hit 925s. I don't really want to mess with that too much. I like to manually do it. Everybody's different though. Some people like hotkeys. 0 day to expiry traders. I'm not really a big 0 DTE trader. Not. Yeah, Nvidia's going to start making a push towards 200. I think eventually. I don't know when that's going to be. I think it could be soon, though. I agree. I think it could be soon. I think 200, big milestone level. The closer we get to it, the more likely it is that we're going to break it, to be honest. Just because traders are watching for 200, so sometimes they get like tunnel vision for a specific milestone level, like 200 or 250 or 300 or 350 or 1,000 or whatever the stock price is. They can get kind of tunnel vision with it, and you see that a lot, honestly. That's why I love attacking milestone levels, because the closer you get to like a really big level, the bigger statistical edge you have in attacking that direction, you know, if that makes sense. Now, you could always get dumps, big pullbacks, big sell-offs. Anything's possible in trading. The variance is high, and you never know what's going to happen. But I think the edge increases as you get closer to like a truly respected milestone level, like an all-time high, like a whole dollar number that's big, like 200 for Nvidia, like a big milestone area. And so I think it makes more and more sense to watch it. I think, but I think that Nvidia is only going to start coming in. Like the edge is only going to really be that way as you get to like 190. I think once Nvidia starts to test 190, that's when the edge of attacking 200 is going to be the highest. But again, I'm not an investment professional, so anything can freaking happen here. Genuinely have no idea which way it's going to go. But I think the higher you get to, the closer you get to that level, like 190s, 185s, 195s, that's when the edge of those milestone levels are going to tick up. And so essentially, I don't know when we're going to get up there, but I think once we get up there, the edge is going to be high. All right, now we're starting to creep up a little bit. Look at Tesla. Tesla at 297.50s here. It's a 200 exponential 235, 937 level. I mean, still looking for news to come out. U.S. Red Book showed up at 5.9%. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're in sub-only mode, correct? I'm pretty sure we are. Do you guys know if you're on X, can you tag a futures contract like NQ or ES on X? Canada's Competition Bureau obtained a court order to advance investigation of Amazon's marketplace fair pricing policy. So I wonder if Amazon's going to negatively react to this news. It's at 224s. So the market's trying to creep up right now too. We're over that 200 exponential as we speak. Well, pennies used to be a specific amount of, what was it? I'm trying to think of it right now. They were made of copper, and copper prices rise, they go up, right? But they're no longer made of copper. Now they're mostly made of zinc, and only 2.5% of copper. They're basically copper plated now. Change was made due to rising copper prices, but it's kind of ridiculous because that's the whole point of fiscal currency, is to appreciate as the price of, you know, yeah, so quarters were also used to be made of silver. They were 90% silver. Or they no, never mind. Yeah, 1965, the U.S. abandoned silver in their circulating coinage. Point is, they used to be precious metals in the coins. Now they don't have them. And I think pennies might stick around if they still had all that copper in them, but instead they have zinc in them now. Yep. All right, so we're still heading up. Look at this. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not really talking about anything political, I'm just saying coins should have appreciated more than they did, and that's one of the reasons inflation is so nasty, is because if if they would have stayed gold or stayed silver, they would have gone up so much. Gold's gone up a lot. Silver's gone up a lot. Copper's gone up a lot in the last 50, 100 years. Which political conversation there, Sam? I'm not really talking about anything political. Oh, y'all are talking about the conversation with R. Yeah, it's probably good for you back, but you know. Alright, we're still heading up here. I don't see any news to justify this pump, though. I'm looking. Turkish court rules to impose house arrest on mayor of opposition-run province. Pending trial. We got Canada news, but nothing really going on. Market's just kind of rebounding back up. It's still slow. It's a slower day today for sure. All right, guys. So we're here. We're going to be day trading futures at the opening bell today. We'll see how it goes. All right, look at this pop up. I'm definitely gonna short 950 here. I hate it when it does this. I have to open up another window here. If I could hurry up and short 950, I will. Hold on, let's try it. Okay. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to just do our actual main trading point. Let's see if we get it. Hold on. All right, there's 950s. We're shorting it. 5 contracts here. Might add another 5 to it too. Maybe should have taken some more here, larger size, but it's okay. All right, there we were in the green for a split second. I want to give it a time to turn, but it could also rip up against me. There we go. All right, we took a third of that off, just in case. Green again. Nice. Cover some. Some more off up here. 4 contracts left. I don't think it's going to be a losing trade regardless now. We'll see how it goes though. See, these little scalps at these big milestone levels like 950. Even if it continues back up, we could still usually end pretty green here. Scalping like 5 to 10 ticks is what's worked, and just keeping my eye on the rest. We're gonna get out there. So yeah, very green trade. I'll take it. We lost a little. We lost like $5 on the last little bit, but it might still reject it here, honestly. I use a bunch of different platforms. K. Yeah, I can't read all the comments. I'm trying today, but I'm doing my best. Watching Nvidia Tesla start to creep up too. 23 minutes into the opening bell. SoFi, we can take a look at it. I like SoFi as a company. Huge rip, almost at $20 a share. See, what's interesting though is like, you know, I was sitting on my plane and I saw a guy that was watching SoFi. You always got to wonder if people have inside info. So Barrick Gold's operations restart under Mali's provisional administration, according to Reuters, citing sources. Mali plans to sell 1 metric ton of gold from Barrick-owned Blue Log to fund mining ops. We're over 950 here now, but we're also kind of right at this level, so I think we got to start looking at maybe a triple top here. We'll see. We got multiple tops right around this 955, 950 level here. Let's see if this holds. SoFi ripping up right now. SoFi ripping up. Yeah, SoFi, Oracle, gonna run today, maybe. You have my plane money? What? Also, again, check out TopStep. You want to help support the channel. This is what I'm trading on today. A couple of different accounts, but yeah. Still pushing up pretty big here. $20 minutes left. 20 minutes. $9.55, man. See, we just drew this level too. It didn't tap it perfectly, but we just drew this level here, so it's definitely what I'm watching now. SoFi at 20. Dude, I need a freaking haircut, bro. The only reason I kept my hair long is because Carol says she likes it long. But man, dude, I'm looking at myself here. It's time for a haircut, dude. It's getting hot. Warm, that is. Do you see all-time highs coming in Bitcoin within a few days? Yeah, I mean, it's possible with Bitcoin. It's right around the highs. I would say it's definitely more probable than it normally is for Bitcoin to break all-time highs, just based off of how close it is relative to its all-time high. It's very close. Yeah, that's kind of my logic. Drop. Bought SoFi at $9 a couple months ago. Hey, that's a good buy then, dude. More coffee needed. Yeah. We're only 15 minutes into the open, so we're getting pretty close. we're getting close. It's just slow. I just want no property tax. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much against property tax. I don't like taxes. But I understand some people need to pay them. The biggest issue I have is property ownership. You can't really own property, really. You know, like in Texas, for instance, people are always talking about how great Texas is. And Texas has no state income tax, which is nice, but they make it back on property tax. And so if you own property in Texas, you're going to have to pay anywhere between 1 to 3% every year. 1 to 3% of that property value. And so again, we can do the math here just to show you like what this looks like. But 1 to 3% is not nothing. You own a $500,000 house. I mean, I don't even need to do this math. But you own a $500,000 house, 1% is $5K. 3% is $15K. You know, like that's not nothing. Like imagine paying $15,000 a year just to own a property. That's crazy. It's unnecessary. It's like, what happens if you're like a 80-year-old lady and you've owned this house since 1927, you know, and now this house is all of a sudden $500,000 and IRS is the assessed value of the house is now $500K, and you got to pay $15,000 a year as an old lady? Crazy, unnecessary. What are you gonna do? Sell the property just because you can't afford to pay it? And maybe that's the goal. Maybe that's what they want. But it's too much. It's ridiculous. You know, you don't really own it. And it wouldn't be that bad if you didn't pay taxes on income, property, income, property, and sales, right? Like you're paying it. You're getting hit everywhere you can from it. But at the same time, U.S. has a very high standard of living. There's a lot of opportunity here, and so maybe it's the opportunity costs. All right, so we're pulling back here. Maybe I should have held my short at 950, but we are starting to dip. Let's watch the 200 exponential. We pulled back to 938s, 937s. I might get interested in buying it, but I need to pull back all the way back down. All right, so I'm seeing some breaking news that just happened regarding 3 potential borrowers are looking to raise capital in the U.S. investment grade primary market on Tuesday, according to Bloomberg. Could include Oaktree Strategic Credit Fund. But that's going on right now. We got a quick bounce back up over 950s in the NQ. Bitcoin at 109s. Again, we got to watch Nvidia at 159.50. We got to watch Apple. Apple had a big run up, broke out of that sideways range it's been in for months. And now it's up to 210s. We can watch that. Tesla's had some volatility lately after Elon created his own political party, and he doesn't realize that being outspoken politically hurts his stock. But Tesla 296s right now. 296 under $300 a share. You think we're green today? I have no idea. Yeah, somebody told, like, I was watching this video about Elon. Like, somebody sent me this video about what Elon is planning to do. And they all said it revolves around habitating Mars. Like, every business venture Elon is interested in has to do with habitating Mars, they said. I'm not agreeing with this. I don't know if this is true or not. But this is what they said. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So, like, if you're gonna inhabit Mars, or if you're gonna put people on Mars and try to build a society on Mars, are you gonna do it above ground? No, they said that you're gonna do it underground. And so Elon right now is apparently getting involved with like building underground tunnels and stuff, because that's what he's gonna do on Mars. Why is he interested in robotics? Because he can't really send people there first. He's gonna have to send robots there to kind of build the planet up for habitation. And so you can send humanoid robots there. What are you going to use AI for? You're going to use AI to build and terraform the planet and make the plans for terraforming the planet. Why is he interested in EVs? Because you're not going to be able to drive internal combustion motors there. You're going to have to drive electric vehicles to get around. And so it all has to do with habitating Mars. I don't know if this is true, right? Somebody sent me a video saying, and again, I'm not mad at him for it, I guess, but it just seems like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I don't think we're going to get there in the next decade or two. It's going to be well past that, you know, before we actually start doing anything like that, I think, or even have the technology really to do that. Solar power? Yeah, exactly, Cal. Novo Nordisk notes submission of application to the EMA for approval for a new and higher dose of their obesity treatment, according to another source. Still dipping down here. We're getting close to that level I talked about buying this at, though. Hold on. So we're going to get close. I'm going to start adding here about 3 micros. See if we can add a little bit more down closer to the 200 EMA. All right, there we go. Nice. All right, we got the bounce. We just capitalized on it and made about $30, $40 real quick. McDonald's on Mars? Yeah, I don't know about that. BFOA just raised the S&P price target, the E-mini. I saw some news about that earlier. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. No. All right, so the S&P 500 year-end target is now updated here. It's raised from 6,300 from 5,600 for the Bank of America. So basically, they're bullish. I could have probably held this long position too. Can y'all hear the music? Is the music at a good level this morning? It should be. And the mic is good? Let me know. Right, exactly, Femi. That's exactly how I feel. Like Earth has its own problems. Mars is only about half the size of Earth as well, you know? So, like, I don't know about that. I'm going to buy this dip if I can. Yeah, we're going to buy 3. We'll get into maybe 6. Well, I'm going to hold this break even or try to now. Maybe not break even, I guess, at this point. Maybe add at 937s. But yeah, we got to cut it now. We lost a little bit, but we're still green on the day. 10 minutes left too. Sound all good? It's not really weird. Honestly, this market actually makes a lot of sense. We're sideways right now is what we are. If you look at everything, Nvidia down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. If you look at the E-mini, look at the E-mini here. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we're just sideways, and you know, We're very, very, very sideways here. Like if I condense this, look how sideways we are. That's it. That's all we're at. We're very neutral at this point in time. We're in the middle of, we're probably in the most busy 2-week period of the summer in terms of vacation and traveling is what we are. So a lot of people traveling, a lot of vacation goers, a lot of inactive traders. Not really any economic releases this week, kind of boring week in that regard. We got the Fed minutes report tomorrow, which of course we're going to cover as we always do. But this is what this week is. I should have held that long though. But it's tired. What's up, Towers? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Towers. So sad. To the heat. What heat? Are we lagging at all? Does my stream lag at all here? I don't think so. The weirdest part about my stream right now, to be honest, is that... Okay. So, the weirdest part of my stream is that we're holding anywhere between... Like, I have the KBPS set to 4,500. It doesn't stay... It's always trying to go over 4,500. So like 48 kbps, which I get. 0 drop frames. It says everything's fine. 0 drop frames, 30 fps, 1080p. But it fluctuates more than I'm used to seeing here for my frame rate. You know, for my bit rate, I mean. So it's interesting. It's fluctuating a lot, which is odd to me. Cool. Yeah, so for tomorrow's stream for the Fed minutes report, I'm just gonna do it in the computer room. It's probably because I have a I have like 100-foot Ethernet cord, and they say anything over 50, your signal starts to degrade. Bank of America got downgraded earlier. The mini makes it look like the market moves big, but it's not. No, I mean, you just gotta zoom out. You zoom out here, you can see we're mostly sideways since early this morning. So Nvidia's up a decent amount though. If you zoom into Nvidia here, you know, Nvidia closed yesterday way down here. So Nvidia's moving. Tesla is volatile. I wouldn't say it's moving this morning. It's pretty flat, but it was up a little bit. It's kind of pulled back down some. Yesterday was actually very sideways, choppy, boring. Not a lot going on. Hey, what's up, Rusty? Thanks, bro. Appreciate the update. Oh man, sorry to hear, Towers. That sucks. Sorry to hear, brother. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hey, it is Prime Day for Amazon. We'll see if Amazon moves. Honestly, I kind of want to stream outside. I think it'd be nicer to stream outside. I wouldn't be able to see the screen though. That's the issue. We might be laughing about it now, but he's cracked on his direction of life. Look, I don't know this slang, bro. Okay? I'm not young and cool enough to understand what you just said, Uncle T. And so if anything, get off my lawn. I'm your uncle now. I have no idea what you just said. Okay. What are you trying to say? Explain it to like... Explain it if I was like Mr. Miyagi. Okay. Alright, we're sideways here. Yeah, use your old guy translator here, brother. Is Pawn translating? Yeah, it's all good, dude. All good, Pawn. No worries, brother. Yeah, no worries. Throw in some dad jokes. Bro, everything I say here is a dad joke. Alright. You don't know who Mr. Miyagi is? Pew pew? Man, dude. I'm not even going to explain myself. Real ones know who I'm talking about. Alright, we're down to 936 here. Look at Tesla rip. So Tesla just popped. 297.50, 3 minutes before the opening bell. Let's see if Tesla had any breaking news here. Look at Tesla pop. Looks to be something. I'm looking for it now. Okay, so the Iranian assistant foreign minister says in the past few days we have received messages from the Americas indicating the desire to return to negotiations. Tesla, with a big pop, didn't really move markets though. Scammers on X. I look for news. I try to search for a symbol like Tesla, like money sign TSLA. And it's just a bunch of scammers pretending to be market experts, trying to talk a bunch of new traders into sending them money through WhatsApp. Unfortunately. Shame. Tesla just popped all of a sudden, though. We got less than a minute here. Rusty says, hey, it's Rusty again in Alaska. I'm 65. You do have some characters on the stream, but you do a fun job. Yeah, I would say I've got like the top 3 characters I've ever seen. You know, like if there was a list of characters, my stream would have the top ones for sure. Definitely in the top 3. All right, guys, we got the opening bell coming soon. Yeah, we got the opening bell coming soon. Opening bell is right about now. Alright, there's the opening bell. We got dips at the opening bell so far. Nvidia down at 159.20s. Nasdaq coming back down. Tesla dipping down originally. Doesn't mean much yet. It's still right at the open, so you just got to be careful here. All right, consolidation, but look at Tesla. Tesla up to 298, running. Pulling the market up with it. Nvidia going up there too. All right, guys, I'm going to wait 5 minutes. Let this play out first. We'll see what happens. It's mostly bulls that I see controlling the open. Nvidia up, Tesla up. Tesla about to test 300s. So it looks optimistic here. I would buy it if I didn't have to wait 5 minutes, but I got to stick to my rules here and wait at least 5 is what it is. Make myself a little bit larger here. Again, I'm going to wait. I got to wait at least 5. Honestly, I got to wait at least 4. 4 minutes is usually my starting point. I'll take a trade after 4 minutes. We're only about a minute and a half in though. Tesla up to 299s, just broke 299s up to 299.15s. Right now 299.20s. Back under 299s. Trying to hold. What's pulling the market down? Is it Apple? Something's still dropping the market. The market's still falling down here. It's Apple, Meta, Amazon. Apple, Meta, Amazon falling at the opening bell here. No. I'm trying to type Tesla on the other one. Tesla up though. Tesla just broke 300s. The rest of the Nasdaq's coming down though. Nvidia falling down. Microsoft down. Yeah, I see Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta down right now. I do see some retracement though. I'm gonna buy this dip right now. Look, I'm gonna take one micro contract. You better believe if I lose, everybody's gonna yell at me I broke my rules. But I see some rebounds back up potentially happening here, so. This is a challenge account too. I'm not gonna trade my actual funded account. There we go. Green. Yes, sir. Half off. I'm gonna get out there just because it's so close to the opening bell. I gotta wait 4 minutes for the market to open vertigo. This is my rule. 4 minutes is about the volatility in that first 1.5, 2, 3 minutes is too much usually. So good they got scalped it too, because I got in and out quick, made money, and then it went right back down. Nvidia looking weak here. It broke out of that opening 3-minute range. Are 3-minute charts good for this reason? Like, should I try a 3-minute chart? I've seen some people that love using 3-minute charts. I've never really been one that tries, but let me know if you like 3-minute charts. 3-minute charts, let me know in chat. I'm curious. Never tried them really. I know sometimes Dolby on Top Step X would be taking like 15-second charts and stuff. A little bit too crazy for me, but if you can make it work. Two-minute chart, 3-minute charts, okay. Yeah, I can actually trade now. I'm gonna start buying this dip again though. Down to 9.9, or down to 22.9. That's what I'm trying to buy. Alright, we're gonna add. Alright, we're at 15 now. Alright, there we go. Nice. Take half off. I don't think I made money on that one. I gotta add back to this to try to salvage it. There we go. Yes, sir. Okay, that worked. Okay, good. I was about to say, better have profited. Give me that profit. Look at that bounce at 22.9, man. I'm telling you. Could have held it longer, but that's all right. We're pretty close to the opening bell. I don't want to go too crazy. Tesla's still testing 300 right now. Tesla right at 300, just broke it back up to over 3s for a little while at least. Do we continue down now? So we had our little kind of catch your breath bounce here. Let's see if we continue down now. Nvidia's getting up there though. Tesla coming back down now though, so we got it kind of mixed here. It looks red for me, but All right, here's the retest of 3 or 22.9. I mean. Yeah. Also, guys, again, check out TopStat. Beautiful way to learn how to day trade. Most day traders lose. So, if you want to you can get started for cheap, $50 a month. They pay out millions, fund thousands. If you can make 3K in profit on a demo without losing 2K following their rules, they fund you 50K, 90% split, pay out millions. If you fail, you lose $50. You know, middle one's $100. It's not the end of the world. It's a limited risk, and you're still risking something, so you can kind of learn how to trade under pressure, but not risking 20, 30 grand like a lot of traders end up doing and just destroying money and life savings. It doesn't make any sense. It's the best of both worlds, but they're an affiliate of mine, so I'm biased. But again, I'll put the link up one more time in the chat. And yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for some of this chaos to settle from the open. You can also see it pinned to the top of the chat as well. But again, they're an affiliate of mine or a sponsor of mine. I'm biased in their favor. I understand CFTC 4.41. I can't guarantee anything. You want to confirm it all with them. There's the link right there. Yeah, we're sitting tight waiting. See, look at NVIDIA right here. NVIDIA right at the VWAP. Right at the 200 exponential on a 1 minute chart. Tesla coming down though. So Tesla broke 300 for a little while and then turned all the way, and it's now red since the opening bell, or at least very close to red. The momentum looks red, but the extension looks green. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Like, it looks like we might bounce to 925s or so, but it depends on whether Tesla and NVIDIA continue their fall down here, is what I'm looking at. Yep, momentum continued red. The thing though is, if we think we're gonna chop, there could be a buy setup if we get down to like 875, 880s. You're able to stream longer after the market opens. I don't like other streamers is the best one. Well, I would. I'm just on vacation right now, brother. And like this job does kind of look at Tesla fall down. Like, I can't miss a day here, you know. And so a lot of the time in streams like this, let me see if we get a pullback to 22.9s. I'd buy a pullback here. Sorry, brother. I appreciate it though. I'm glad I'm your favorite streamer though. Appreciate it. I'm buying this up for sure. 6 contracts. Take more than this too. It's too big of a wick here. Probably add to this more too if I can. 9, 12, 15. Eesh. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna unload some size here. I think I got a little bit too big size. So now that I'm not losing boatloads of money, I'm gonna wait. See if we get a bounce. I want to take some risks. This is a challenge account, by the way, like I said, so it's a little bit different, but so I'm trying to take like a large swing here, but it's whippy. I think we're gonna get a bounce, but who knows? Yes, sir. I'm gonna add to this one. Take that off too. I'm gonna take that off there too. Alright, nice. With the news, we should go up, right? What news? I don't see any news. The upgrade you're talking about? Maybe. Extension, yeah, I mean, but that already happened, Maria. So deal with Europe extension on tariffs. Good morning. Yeah, no, I mean, but that already happened yesterday, and so really it happened Sunday. Like we got the reaction to the extension on Sunday. So we're somewhere in the middle right now. We've already been breaking all-time highs, and so it all has to do with extension as well, you know. Alright, we're gonna buy this dip again. So we get a pop. There we go. Nice. Hold the rest flat. Out the rest flat. Made money there for sure. We don't have any economic reports today. Today's kind of slow. Not a lot going on. I wish we had some type of news today, but we don't. Next week is crazy busy though. Tesla's starting to creep back up. 298s. I still think we're going to go higher here. But you never know. Not an investment professional for sure. I'm probably going to get out of here a little bit early today, guys. So again, if you want to check out Top Step, beautiful way to help support the channel. I'm on vacation right now, just to understand. You know, I've been traveling and doing stuff. I'll be home, you know, sometime next week. But we're still here. We're going to cover the Fed minutes tomorrow. We're going to cover everything going on this week. But since it's a slower week, we don't have any economic data. I'm pretty green on this account for the day. So I think I'm just going to, you know, chill out and relax. And so, yeah, y'all be safe, be good, have a great day. Again, check out Top Step if you want to learn to day trade. Most day traders lose, and so try Top Step. No PDT rule in futures. You can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, Gold. Get started for $50 a month. Beautiful way to learn. If you pass it, 50K funded account, 90% split. Check it out. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good. Have a great day. NVIDIA breaking down here, too. But again, I'm going to get out a little bit early. I'm sorry. Again, tomorrow we will be streaming longer. But I'm going to get out of here early today. Y'all be good.